going on, Pokemon Go trainers? Welcome to episode 171 of Lured Up, the podcast where we take Pokemon Go way more seriously than we do ourselves. Lured Up is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is Thursday, March 18th, 2021. I'm your host, Ken Pescator, joined by my co-host, Adam Tuttle. Adam, hello. What's up,
That is me. I'm here.
What's going on?
I'm hanging out with you.
Yes.
You're doing fantastic now that I'm hanging out with you.
Yay! You know what, man?
Friends.
It's like we don't do this with video. Like, we should at least, I don't know.
I feel like that's something we just need to know if you want us to do it, and then we should just do it.
No,
we should just live stream it on Twitch.
No,
That's what
I
we
know,
gotta
but
do.
I'm not even saying for the rest of the world. I'm just saying for us, for selfish reasons. We should just look at each other so we can have a little bit more of an intimate connection.
Into me, I see. I love the connection. Let's not break it.
We got some fun stuff to talk about today. Of course, we're going to start with our gameplay recap. Searching for Legends was this last week. We had Psychic and Steel Incense Day. We had a bunch of standalone events. We're also playing through the Charge Up event, and gosh darn it, it feels great.
It feels fabulous.
No, dude, I'm having a really good time with this event, so I can't wait to talk about it. Niantic is hosting two very unique international events in Japan and India that go outside the box a little bit. We'll talk about those. And then we have Weather Week, which is going to be our next big event coming to the game, and we have all the details. So I can't wait to get into it. All right, let's start with our typical gameplay recap over the week. And there was a bunch of different events, actually, that featured some diverse Pokemon and gameplay loops, which was pretty exciting. And we've got plenty to talk about here, but I want to start with the Searching for Legends event, which wrapped up this last Sunday. Now, the event featured Shiny Nosepass and other ground, rock, and steel type Pokemon. They were in the wild, in eggs, in raids. We also had timed research. We had field research. And over the couple days following that event leading up to today, we had some isolated hour-long events. Monday brought us Incarnate Forme Thundurus Raid Hour. Tuesday, we had the start of the Charge Up event, as well as Voltorb Spotlight Hour with Double Catch Stardust. Yesterday, we also had Therian Forme Thundurus Raid Hour. And today, the Thursday bonus hour, we had Mega Raid Hour. So a lot to go and a lot happening this week. All these like little events. We have overarching events, so plenty to unpack here. Adam, where do you want to start? I guess let's start with Searching for Legends.
Yeah, let's start with Searching for Legends. Timed research was okay. Spawns were okay. Eggs were okay. Raids were okay.
I don't think the timed research was okay. I was a little let down by this one.
No, okay. Did you hear the enthusiasm?
Yeah,
in
okay.
my voice?
I feel you.
Or did you miss that part?
Okay, a little bit.
I'm having struggles trying to say it's okay.
No, look, it's I understand that when there's special research, that's typically a little bit more story driven. Timed research is typically a little bit more task driven. But personally, I enjoy when there's a challenge to it, and this one just seemed very easy. It was just kind of like stuff that you're going to do no matter what when you're playing. I like to have to go out of my way to do things specifically to complete research. So if it's just part of the normal gameplay loop, I don't really feel immersed in the event or immersed in the research because I would have just done that stuff anyway, catching some Pokemon, evolving, whatever it may be. So this one was a little dry in my opinion, but what you didn't like the spawns either? I mean, it's probably, let me guess, you got no shinies. Had you got shinies, you would have been like, yo, these spawns are the fucking shit. No, but I don't think so. I didn't get a shiny Nosepass, but I did get a Hundo Nosepass from research. So that's cool, I guess. That was
Listen, I went pretty hard in the research and I didn't get any Hundos.
There was a lot of opportunities for Nosepass encounters through field research. So I did like that, especially because they, the different color when you're looking at your research tab, the event research stands out really easily. It's very easy to tell, what that the research is related to the event. And there was a lot of different researches that were giving you Nosepass encounters. So that was cool. But
Yeah, it was almost like I didn't know which ones were giving it to me. I was like, "Are you serious right now? Like, what? I just did this one, and then I got
Well,
one.
we
Like, what?" I was
we
so
talked about it a
confused.
little bit at the on the show last week that the nose pass didn't seem to be spawning too frequently in the wild, but because the field research kind of backed everything up, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad as far as the nose pass was concerned because, if they're going to release a new Pokemon or a new shiny during an event, that's typically the focus. That's the target. So, yeah, you might not have seen too many in the wild. I mean, I did see some in the wild, but not a lot. But I probably caught an equal amount in the wild than I did from tasks. So that was all right. Now let's move over to Steel and Psychic Incense Day, which was on last Sunday, the day that the Searching for Legends wrapped up. Now this one we'll dig into a little bit because I kind of put some feelers out on Twitter of what the community thought, and we got a ton of good feedback. But were you able to play? Did you have work? Were you off?
I was off, but I was also spending time with my family, and we went antiquing a
Oh
little
my
bit.
God.
And
Was it fun? No.
yeah, it was fun. It was nice to just kind of like not think about it a little bit. But and like every time that I was like, oh, hold on, this event is going on, I dropped a lure or incense. That's what it was. It was Incense Day. And I was like, I'm not impressed with these spawns. And I was like, this really didn't do anything for me. So I ended up just putting it back in my pocket and like catching stuff with the Go Plus. And like, it just didn't feel good, I guess. Like, I don't know. It wasn't exciting. It was like I dropped the incense, was like, okay, this is it.
You're absolutely not alone here. It seems like the community kind of echoes that exact sentiment. Like, you had your players that played the whole event and grind, did their grind, and it was good. It was okay, especially if they were going after rare Candy XL. Now, I played the full 6 hours. It was like when it first started, it opened up with a Psychic Hour. The Beldums were like non-existent. In the first hour, I only caught 2 Beldum. So I was like, yo, if this is how it's going to be for the rest of the event, this fucking blows. I go, it's just, Beldum's the featured Pokemon, and it's just non-existent. Then when the Steel Hour came around, the Beldums were showing up. It was great. I caught, maybe 15, 20 or something like that. By the end of the day, I caught about 100 Beldum. And I was seeing people online catching 150. So if you put the effort in and you were on foot moving on Incense, you could probably catch about 150. So that was pretty solid. Now, take the Beldum away. It didn't have too much of an allure. It just didn't have an impact. So, what I felt was, yeah, it was fun to see the Beldum pop up because then it was like, oh shit, yeah, there's the Beldum. Let me get it. But everything else just felt very mundane. It felt like a regular day of playing. And I kind of like said to myself, like, did I really need to just use fucking 6 incense? Because it just felt normal. It felt like a regular day. So I asked online, I said, what did you think of the event? How was it for you? Did you play the whole time? And the vast majority of responses were, I was underwhelmed. It didn't do it for me. I played 1 or 2 hours and there was nothing that, grabbed my attention. So I put the game down. And that seemed pretty consistent. Now, we talked last week. We were like, does this kind of event need something else in addition to the spawns? Especially because it's a 6-hour thing. So now, what if they gave us like half hatch distance? Or what if they gave us double Stardust?
The half hash distance would get people at least moving.
That I think pairs the best. You said it last week. You were like, well, if you're using Incense, it's going to perform better if you're on the move. It makes sense that they would give us half, some kind of distance bonus. So I agree with you there. But like, what if there was double Stardust for the entirety of the event? More like a community day. Like, that would be fucking big, man. Like, I think people would play, and not just play, but play for the full 6 hours. So it just begs the question, do these Incense days have what it takes in their current iteration to get people out and playing. Obviously, the core is going to be out there. We know that those people are going to play. We know that the casuals are going to turn on the game and just be excited that something is going on that they perhaps didn't know about. Why is my incense orange? Oh, I guess there's some shit going on. But it begs the question, does this kind of event need something else?
Yes,
I don't
it
know,
does.
man. I think so,
not like,
too.
oh, it's a day. It just didn't feel exciting. I don't know. It was dull. It was definitely dull.
I think so too. Now, and I don't think more Beldum would have been the answer, because a 6-hour community day, you're going to catch a shit ton of Beldum. This isn't a community day, so it's not necessarily about the volume, but I just think that it needed a little bit more incentive for the trainer, because the spawns that were, around during Psychic Out, it just was a little lackluster. So, I'm confident Niantic will hear the feedback from the community, because a lot of people were, very open and vocal about it and just said, look, I don't think this type of event is for me. It was a pass. And you never see that, when it comes to community day, no one's going to say, well, I'll pass. It seemed like a lot of people, at least on social, were kind of pretty chill, for this. So, we'll have to see, but you're definitely not alone in that. What about making Metagross with Meteor Mash? Did you do any of that?
Nope.
Really? Okay. Well, I did one or two. I did catch a shiny, though. I did get a shiny Beldum. So, that there's always that little hit of serotonin when you get a shiny. So it was cool that it was the event Pokemon. That's exciting. So I like that. I definitely like that. And one final thing about this event before we move on, and this, we can actually even revisit this a little later in the show, but it seems like the spawn pool of organic natural spawns, then you have your weather-based spawns, then you have your event spawns. That blend is a little bit different during the Season of Legends than it has been even in the Season of Celebration, and definitely from before the launch of Seasons. So I also saw some indication from the community that they were running an Incense and the event spawns were just being overpowered by rainy day spawns or something like that. So, let us know. Let us know how you felt about the event. Did your spawns get fucked by weather? Was there enough going on to get you playing the whole time? I mean, for someone like me, I had the day off. I was going to play anyway. Now, that's not necessarily a great sell for the event. I played the whole time because I was going to play anyway. That's what I mean. That's not really a good review of the event, but it would be like saying yes, it didn't suck. You know what I mean? That's not too
yes,
great of a...
It was not the worst.
It was not the worst. It could have been much worse. But let us know. Definitely let us know, and check out our Twitter thread. We had a lot of really great feedback. If you took part in that feedback, we appreciate it. All right. We also had some raid hours. We had the bonus raid hour on Monday, which was Incarnate Form Thundurus. Then we had Therian Form on Wednesday. And then we had Mega Raid Hour today, Thursday, for the bonus hour. So I know you haven't been raiding too much. How has the raids been over the last week? Have you done any? Has it been remote? You do anything in person?
I did do a couple espers when those were around. I saw that and got excited. I know that was probably for the legends or...
We're fucking talking about legendaries and megas, and you're I did espers.
I know. I finally did. I did one Therian Form Thundurus. So I got one of those. You
did it on the Zoom call, and you're like, oh, shit, this is my first one. It's a shadow. I was like, Adam.
Hey, it is what it is. It's okay.
All right, well, Monday, Incarnate Form. Did you do any of those?
I did not.
Okay. All right. I mean, it's I really, one of the bad things that, because I've adopted this yes man philosophy of just doing every fucking remote raid that's sent to me. I look and I'm counting up my Incarnate Form Thundurus, and I'm like, fuck, dude, I've done 20 of these things and they're almost all remote. I need to chill.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of invites, but every time I was like, you're out of raid passes, and I was like, no, okay, I'm not gonna cave. I'm not buying.
So I got the shiny Landorus. I got 2 shiny Tornadus. I did not get the shiny Thundurus, and I did the most amount of Thundurus incarnate form. So I was a little bummed on that. Yeah, I've gone pretty decent on the Therians as well. I did do raid hour yesterday remotely. So I did, I've got 2 gyms that are right by my house. So I did those local, invited a shit ton of people, and then, I did a whole bunch remote with people on the West Coast. So it's weird. People's vibe on raid days when the raid Pokemon can't be shiny, that typically brings the volume down. Now, something like this, where it's not necessarily even a dex entry, even though it's a different form, because it's not a dex entry, that chilled it out a little bit too. So I don't think this
nice to see the shadow, though, to be honest.
Yeah, well, of course, the shadow is always nice, but it's not going to be like, all right, we're ready to do 15 in a row. You know what I mean? Like as if it was when for incarnate form Thundurus, when you could get the shiny, it's like, all right, here we fucking go. Let's knock this shit out. It just seemed a little bit more relaxed. So, all right, well, let's backtrack to Tuesday. We had Voltorb Spotlight Hour with double Stardust. Did you get to play that?
No, I was working, and it was our Diamond event, so I didn't even touch my phone, so needless to say.
All right. Well, I was at work as well, but I did go plus the whole time with a star piece running. No shinies, but racked up some decent Stardust, which was good. Again, I'm always flirting between 14 and 15 million. Like no matter how much I play or what I do, I always stay within that window. Like today, I'm running a living dex. I'm also running a shadow and purified dex. And I'm working towards the purification medal. So I purified, I don't know, maybe 50 or 60 Pokemon today. So it was nice to make some of that back earlier in the week with the Voltorb day. And it's been awesome seeing Electrode in the wild. And we'll get to that one with the charge up. Yeah,
so many XL candies.
Yeah, it's fucking phenomenal. Okay, what else did we have? We had bonus Mega Raid Hour today, which was, Houndoom and all them are in there, but it's all about Manectric. That was kind of the hot shit. It was nice. I did maybe 5 or 6 tonight with our Discord community. That was a lot of fun, and I did a couple local as well. But I know that you've been chilling on the Megas specifically, but do you have enough energy to do to Mega Evolve a Manectric yet?
No.
You got to go for the research too, man.
I've only done one.
There's some decent research for Mega Energy, so don't forget you got some extra ways to get Mega Energy now. So that's great. But I also did want to comment on how funny Therian form Thundurus looks with his little ass legs. Like he looks like he skipped leg day. It's like so funny. And I know Niantic has nothing to do with the design, but just seeing it there, especially in AR, just kind of like floating around, looks fucking hilarious with these tiny little twiggy legs, which is pretty funny. But I guess we'll talk about Charge Up in a bit. But what did you think of this last week overall? I mean, we're now.
Good. I've enjoyed seeing a lot of Lightning Pokemon. I've enjoyed seeing just a lot of different spawns.
You're such a TCG guy calling it Lightning.
It's been nice seeing all these different spawns, Ken.
Electric Pokemon.
Like I caught an Aggron in the wild.
Yes, I had a house spawn.
There's been like it's a Cyndaquil Qualavas. I've seen a bunch of Qualavas, just a bunch of like stage 1s, and it's been really cool. I mean, I've seen a lot of Raichu, and it's like, please, I don't want to see any more Raichu. I already see enough Pikachu as it is. Get these out of here.
You see, I'm working on XL Pikachu, so it's like I'll take the fucking Raichu because I need the Candy XL.
Mega Pikachu.
But no, there's definitely been a decent amount of Pikachu throughout the event. For Charge Up. All right, well, you know what? I guess we can get into Charge Up, and this is running from this past Tuesday the 16th through Monday the 22nd, so we still have some time on this event. I personally have been having an amazing time playing. We had the release of Tynamo, along with other electric Pokemon in the wild and 5K eggs and field research. We had a very, very short timed research. Again, another timed research that was kind of meh, and it was like, I don't know, 2 fucking pages or something like that. It was over before I knew it. We had the Mega Manectric in raids. Gifts also have a higher chance of containing evolution items. We speculated last week that Tynamo would require them, and Tynamo up to Electric, you don't need it, but Electric up to Electros, you do need a Unova Stone. So it makes sense that you're earning or have a higher chance of earning evolution items from gifts, so that's cool. And it's also important to note here that even though like Therian Form Thundurus is like featured as part of the Charge-Up event, the Charge-Up event ends on the 22nd, but Therian Form Thundurus is actually going to be here all the way to the 30th. So plenty of time on that. And then after Thundurus, we're going to have Tornadus, which will start after that. And then Landorus will be the one that's remaining. That'll be, maybe the second week of April or some shit like that. But I know on the Discord call you were cracking up yesterday with how small Tynamo was. But what do you think of this event overall?
I'm downright happy. I have no complaints.
Nice.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
So... Now, I guess we can get into this, and you kind of alluded to it just a second ago. But I want to talk about your feelings on the blend of natural organic seasonal spawns and event spawns, because there's a lot of talk of this going around online. Are you happy with the balance? Would you like to see more or less of either type? But what do you think of the blend between event and natural spawns right now?
I enjoy it a lot.
It's fucking phenomenal. I love it. I love it so much. And I hear mixed stuff about this. Some people are like, there's too many non-event spawns. And then some people are like, there's too many event spawns. But what I love is you're still able to see evolved forms poke their head through, giggity, in the wild during the events. Like I caught a Feraligatr, obviously not associated with Charge-Up event, but it was still out there in the wild. So that was totally exciting. I think that the direction that Niantic is going with how they're handling the blending of natural spawns and event spawns is awesome. I do think they need to dial it in a little bit to satisfy the overall community. And I want to get your take on this. The community is saying that they would like to see either somewhere between like 60 to 70% event spawns and 30 to 40% natural spawns. Like what would you think of that blend?
Yeah, because you want to feel like there's an event going on rather than having them be like the same, like, oh, okay, I've got 2 weather boosted, 2 event Pokemon, and 2 normal spawns.
Yeah, that's the other thing. The weather can really influence that. And
yeah, like I opened my game before we started. It's raining and I had all bugs. I didn't have a single lightning Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah, see
like,
that kind of thing,
and I don't understand it.
Well, it's I don't know how they like figure that out. Like what's going to spawn at that given spawn point in the game? Is there a set percentage where weather will have a certain chunk of the spawn rate? I don't know how it works, but weather can definitely influence that. Now, of course, it's nice when the weather would line up with the electric, or the event spawn. That would just double it up. But I don't know, man. I'm thoroughly enjoying the blend. I'm absolutely happy with the way it is right now. So I wouldn't mind if they maintain that going forward. But let's talk about Tynamo here. Does the release of a new Pokemon during an event just make the event more exciting? Obviously, if you see a Tynamo, you're going after it, right?
Yes, 100%.
Have you raided any Tynamo?
I did.
Yes.
I got an invite while driving.
Yes,
okay?
You did a remote Tynamo?
And I was like,
yes!
Wait a minute, I don't know what that is. But I clicked it, and then it went into Tynamo, and I was like, there was nothing. When it said join the raid, there was nothing.
It's so funny. No, it's fucking small on the map, and it's great because it just does like its little fishy wiggle. So it looks really, really funny on the map. Like, if you see one and you're walking right next to it, like zoom in on the camera, like zoom all the way down. It does look really cool. And not for nothing, Electric and Electros, the models look fucking phenomenal. Those are cool looking Pokemon. Very odd, unlike pretty much any other Pokemon that we have in the game aesthetically. So it is cool to see those, those kind of funky ass looking Pokemon. But I don't know, man. I thoroughly enjoy this event. I didn't go after any 5Ks. The eggs aren't typically my thing. But I did like the fact that Tynamo, because you need, it's a 3-stage evolution, that you can get them in the wild, in raids, in research, and in eggs. There was like a research for catch 25 electric Pokemon, gives you Tynamo. That's a fucking awesome research. I love shit like that. Like, give me a little bit of a challenge. So I was into that. I really like that. All right, moving on from the Charge Up event, we got these two events that are kind of international events that are a little outside of the box when it comes to what their focus is. And Adam, what I'll do is I'll talk about one, you could talk about the next one, but
all right, that sounds good.
All right, this first one is called Rediscovering Memories, and this is
sounds
very
like a
cool,
Kingdom Hearts game,
right? So, in the spirit of Pokemon Go being a global game, they're focusing on specific geographic regions to showcase events. Now, this event specifically is showcasing the real world side of the game, where it's not just about the spawns or a shiny, and this. The full name of the event is Rediscovering Memories and Local Businesses in Tohoku Program. And it's taking place in Japan. And as we're coming up on the 10-year anniversary of the Great East Japan earthquake, Niantic has worked with the local governments and institutes of a couple different prefectures, the Iwate, Miyagi, and Fukushima prefectures, to benefit 100 store owners in each prefecture for 6 months at no charge. Now, if you remember a couple months ago, Niantic had the small, what was it called? Local Business Recovery Initiative.
Yep.
They did here in the U.S. It was awesome. Like I submitted for like 5 or 6 Red Bank, small businesses. None of them got picked, but there was like, I think something like 100 businesses in the U.S. or maybe it was 1,000. I don't remember what it was, where they would turn that business into a Pokestop for free. Now, normally this is something that a business could reach out to Niantic and say, hey, I want my place of business to become a stop, and then you could, for a fee, you could do that because obviously it's going to drive traffic. But what they're doing here is 100 businesses in each of the prefectures for 6 months at no charge. And the hope is that this is going to encourage the local communities, so the people that are already there, to explore their hometowns and support the businesses. Now, I love this because there's plenty of times where I've heard stories that a Pokestop will take a local to a place that's in their own area that they never knew existed, just because they never paid it any mind, they never looked in the direction, and it's like it's there in their own town. So it does have an impact of drawing potential new customers to a business. So it's very exciting. Now, this is in Japan. So what does this mean for us? Like what can we do? And I think that what we could do, being not people in Japan, is go to the website for the event and check out these businesses and look at their social media and interact with them and find the community, because a lot of these businesses that have been chosen were actually recommended by local players as like cool destinations, whether it's because it's a local like food hotspot or like some kind of landmark or things like that. Like there's a reason to research this stuff even if you can't get out there to play. So just check out the website, look at it. I think that there's going to be plenty of coverage of these things online. I'm sure all the places that they're going to mention have websites and photo galleries, and it's just as a person, I try to absorb as much global culture as I possibly can, and I just love the architecture and the aesthetic of a lot of these areas of Japan. So it's very cool to just like dig into this shit. So give it a look, and I don't know. Maybe one day we can all get to Japan. I know it's like a
Let's
bucket
go to
list.
Japan.
Fuck, man, I want to go to Japan so bad, dude. It's like it's been on my bucket list my entire life. Like literally, that's the one place I've just always dreamed of going.
Yeah, and I feel like we were really close.
Dude, we were so close, man. We were right there. We had some travel planned in 2020, so. How much does it just make you miss in-person events too, right?
A whole heck of a lot. I thought about it the other day, and it was just super upsetting.
Like, it's one thing to like talk about different like places of travel. Like, oh yeah, I'd love to travel to Japan, but I love to travel to Japan and play in a fucking 100,000 person Pokemon Go event. Like, that's a whole nother fucking ball game. So Very, very cool shit here, though, and it's for a great cause. Bringing awareness to what Japan had to go through with their recovery from the earthquake 10 years ago, and also featuring some really cool landmarks and important places and businesses in the country. So definitely look into it. But Adam, I know you were pretty excited about this next one, and what makes this one really cool is, as you'll talk about, is there's actually stuff that we could do to be involved.
Exactly. So the next one we're going to talk about is the Festival of Colors. The next event will be taking place in India to celebrate the Festival of Colors, like I just said. Jeez, I'm crazy. Commonly known as Holi, the Holi Festival, on Sunday, March 28th. Pokemon like Bulbasaur, Pikachu, Jumpluff, Seal, Marill, and others that represent the different colors of the festival will be more attracted to Incense. Wait, are you calling this another Incense Day? What? This actually better be good. There'll also be timed research. Okay, already better. There's going to be timed research that will reward berries, potions, evolution items, mega energy, and an encounter with a Alolan Muck. That is sweet. That's cool.
Alolan Muck was made for this event.
Listen,
that's like
you could
the
have just
perfect
told
fucking
me
Pokemon.
That everything would have just at the end of it would have given you mega energy and then the encounter with Muck, and I'd be happy. But you had to throw the berries and potions and the countless evolution items that I already have. Ugh, stop with the box being full. Just give me Pokeballs. I want Pokeballs.
Well, don't worry, Adam. You're not in India, so it's not going to impact you anyway.
All right. And to celebrate this event globally, 2 free avatar shirts will be available in the shop. That is cool. Support. Yep. Wear them. A few weeks ago, we also talked about the upcoming Wayfarer Challenge in India, and Niantic has released the details on their blog. Let's help out our fellow trainers in India by setting our secondary location in Wayfarer to India and get reviewing. I just fixed my secondary location, so I'm going to start doing some. I'm super stoked on it.
Yeah, I left our Zoom call yesterday exceptionally motivated because we have, we're very fortunate to have some very, very prominent Wayfarer, wayfinders in our community. And I pride our community on that. It's phenomenal. We've got Heracross Boss, we've got Blame Jamal, Woodwose Wolf, we've got Lachlan. Very, very skilled and knowledgeable when it comes to the functionality of Wayfarer, and they're constantly looking for ways to develop areas and help people out. And when they heard about this, they were all over it. And if you go to the Wayfarer website for this, like in the community forums, there's actually a tracker. So we detailed it last episode, but if there's 1,000 new POIs added to the game, it unlocks some rewards, 2,000, 3,000. So there's actually a benefit to it. And Heracross Boss said it was really cool. He said that he was reviewing, and he did a whole bunch of reviews. The next day, he was going in and confirming the ones that he had reviewed just the day before. So they had already pushed live into the game. And I think Lachlan had checked the stats on the call yesterday, and at that time, there was already over 1,000 new POIs in India added to the game, which is so cool.
Good news.
I know,
good
it's
news.
it's like the exact purpose of this event. So I thought that was just absolutely phenomenal. Wayfarer is one of those things that, there's some people that are really into it. There's some people that just don't touch it. There's some people that don't know about it. So I'll put a link in the description to the Wayfarer community forums. Please check it out. Get involved with Wayfarer. Now if you're level 38, you can start reviewing. You have to take a little quiz, but it really, really helps shape the world of Niantic games. You got to remember too, there's Ingress, there's Harry Potter Wizards Unite. There's going to be other properties, other games coming out. Niantic said that they have 10 games in development. So there's going to be other games that can all benefit from this. So
I just want Mega Man.
Dude. But sometimes it's hard for
Pokemon
Go players to look beyond Pokemon Go. But I think it is important to look at the big picture sometimes and say, hey, I could have a pretty significant impact on the gaming landscape at large because Niantic has such a huge, stake in mobile gaming, and their market share is fucking phenomenal. So as things grow, it's just going to open the doors for, more opportunities for gamers to enjoy things outside in the real world and blending it with mobile gaming. So good shit. But Adam, I think we're ready to take a little break.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty parched. I need some water.
I am parched. I have a water here, and it's just about empty, so I need to go grab another. But we're going to take a little break. When we come back, we got some miscellaneous news to cover. We have a few listener emails, and then we'll talk about our next event coming to the game, Weather Week. But we'll be back right after this. And we're back from our break. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that break. It was phenomenal. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I was on an airplane landing.
You were?
Or trying to land.
All right, little housekeeping to get through before the ass of the show. This podcast is powered by Patreon. Please check ours out over at patreon.com/Pokemon Professor, where you can support this show for as little as $1 a month. And that $1 will get you access to our patron-exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. And I want to give a huge shout-out to our show supporter tier patrons: Ace Trainers, Adrock, Alex, Andrew, Brian, Brittany, Chad, Carol, Chris, Cody, Eric, Garrett, G-Stacks87, Griggle788, Harry, Heracross Boss, James, J. Mackle, Jolt Switch, Justin, Ken, Lynchbot, Malachi, Mike, M. Pitts, PokeNabbot, Purple Pancakes, Ricky, Sam, Smeatwad, The Joker, The Noise, and Woodwoes Wolf. Thank y'all so much for your support. We definitely appreciate it. Huge shout out to our gym leaders: Absolutely Ryan, Dig Dug Rob, Jamal, JD Mojo Jojo, Magikarp Diem, M Day, Talon, Tish, and TN Comics Wiz. Also, special thanks to a couple new Discord trainers this week. We had Edgar Hernandez and Jabril M joining for a year using our discounted annual plan. Thank you so much. And Young J Kim for joining as well. Thank y'all so incredibly much. And as always, a ton of love to our executive producer, Paul Bott, keeping it, holding it down. Paul, thank you so much. And if Patreon isn't your thing, there's still a few other ways you could help us out. If you're listening on YouTube, you can subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. And if you're listening via a podcast service like Apple Podcasts, you can take a moment to leave us a review. And finally, our merch store is up at PokemonProfessor.com/merch. All right, a little bit of miscellaneous news here, Adam. This was an interesting one and something that's rarely talked about in the game. Souvenirs, the buddy souvenir system, right? So this is something that, if you're not involved in the buddy system, you're definitely not going to really be, know much about souvenirs. But then if you are into the buddy system and you take it a step further, there's actually some method to the madness of how your buddies and why your buddies bring you specific souvenirs. And the Sylph scientists have done some pretty significant research and have put together an amazing article detailing the correlation between buddy souvenirs and geographic biomes. So this is some nerd level shit, like really, really nerdy. And shout out to Woodwoes Wolf, who's on the Sylph Science team. He's in our community. I saw his post in the Sylph Science Discord that he made the announcement that this article came out. And it specifically looks at two souvenirs, beach glass and tropical shells. These are two of the rarest souvenirs in the game. And in this research, over 14,000 souvenirs have been collected. And only 28 were beach glass and 68 were tropical shells out of 14,000. That's how fucking rare these things are.
That's insane.
And it's definitely a deep rabbit hole, so I don't want to jump in too far because we're just talking miscellaneous news here. But they did find that tropical shells are being found. Again, this is all tied to OpenStreetMap. The S2 cells have to contain what OpenStreetMap calls a natural coastline. That's where you can find tropical shells. And beach glass can be found in S2 cells that contain a natural beach. Now, for me, I live at the fucking edge of the continent. I live right by the beach, so I'm really going to start, hunting for more souvenirs with my buddies at the beach because I picked up a skipping stone the other day, which is another very, very rare souvenir that only, I think that it was found in S2 cells that had lakes, like small bodies of water, not the ocean. So I did get a skipping stone, and when I got that, I was like, oh, I think I'm going to catch the bug of wanting to start to collect these different souvenirs. It'd be awesome if they fucking did something, besides...
Yes, I agree with that.
They don't do anything,
wholeheartedly.
but it's still cool on a nerd level, and I think it adds to the just take away the spawns, take away the events, take away the raids, all that shit. It's just the natural exploration of the game, that curious exploration feel this helps promote. So I dig that, and I think that's really cool. And Woodwose Wolf said the same thing on our Discord call the other day. He goes, I want to explore. He's like, that's why I like this game, because it takes me places. And this kind of stuff will help motivate to bring you to places that you may not normally go. So, for me, I'm by the beach, so I'm a little spoiled when it comes to these two specific souvenirs. But maybe someone that lives a couple hours inland and wants to try to, set a goal for themselves to find these souvenirs can travel to the beach or open up OpenStreetMap, find places that are labeled as coastline or beach, hit those areas, and maybe grab one of these souvenirs. So I just thought that was really fucking cool. Shout out to Woodwose Wolf and the entire Sylph Science team. They should be very, very proud of this one. It's massive. Next, a little bit of miscellaneous news, and this is a fucking huge one. Huge, huge, huge. Niantic today updated Niantic Social, and they said they're beginning the process of updating the friends list and how friends will work across the Niantic properties, where if you become friends with someone, say in Pokemon Go, you'll also be friends with them in Harry Potter Wizards Unite. The best part of this...
That's cool.
Is that when this is all said and done, we don't know how long this rollout is going to take for them to update everything, but they said when it's done, the Pokemon Go friends list will be updated to 400 slots. It will double from 200 to 400. This is fucking huge. We've been asking for this for years. I'm so excited, man. I'm so happy. This is great, especially for, we have a unique situation here. We're in the creative space. So it's my friends list is just always full. I'm always trying to interact with new people in the community, and it.
Yeah, but you're just gonna get 400 friends and be like, oh, I wish I had more friends.
Of course, that's the fun of it. That's the absolute fun of it. No, but if you can open more gifts, like if they actually update the amount of gifts you can hold or send or receive per day. Like, if I could send more than 100 gifts a day, like, if they up that to, like, if they just double everything to kind of mirror this, man, that'd be fucking so great. But just think about the XP, man. Think about how this can impact XP when you have that many more friends. Now, the referral system rolled out, right? And
yes.
we're gonna talk about it in a second when we, let me talk about this next listener email. This is from I Slay Lawn Gnomes. And he wrote in and said, you guys mentioned a bonus for new players or getting players to return to the game. There was a badge for this in Ingress, and the badge didn't move unless those players got to a certain level. For Ingress, I think it was like 3 to 5, so just inviting people will probably not be that simple. Remember we were talking about how this had the writing on the wall of people just exploiting this and creating a million alt accounts so they can get bonuses?
Yes.
So he speculated, this was a couple days ago before they announced everything. They said for Pokemon, that might be, a max level of 50. So you might have to level up to 10 or 15. Doesn't take that long, but it won't be just as simple as creating an email account to get your items, and so on. So I Slay Lawn Gnomes, you kind of nailed it because they did push this live already. And apparently you have to remain friends with the person or something like that. And you have to... I don't know all the details yet because it's only in Australia at this point, so we'll definitely revisit this next week or whenever this does roll out to the rest of the world. But I don't think it's as easy as just sending the referral code. You actually have to friend them and do some stuff. They have to remain your friend. I don't know. But I do know that the gap for returning players is 90 days. So if someone hasn't played in 90 days, that will count as a referral as a returning player. So it's not like they have to be off of the game for a year. It's just 90 days, so that's not bad.
That's 3 months.
Yeah, that ain't shit. All right, next email, this one from Christad, and he says, I have a quality of life request for Niantic. Niantic, please, let lucky eggs benefit both friends as they level up. If I put a lucky egg down prior to leveling up in friends, please give the other friend the additional XP. I'm not horrible or selfish, yet I am not the best at communication. So since we're all back on the XP grind, it would be a really cool thing to do. Heck, I would even buy the mutual lucky egg. I've never purchased a lucky egg by itself, but if it was mutually beneficial to friends, I would. I would buy them in multiples because I like to gift and I appreciate my friends leveling up with me. This would be a real gift to our virtual friends, and we could all use more kindness these days. Many thanks, Christad. Yo, what a great idea. Like... This is
that's really good.
Like, it's so good. That would be amazing if it doesn't have to be tied to the timer. Like, I drop a lucky egg, I level up to besties, then regardless of whenever you finally open your game, you automatically get that XP because I, who initiated the friend leveling up, had the lucky egg running. Oh, the amount of headaches that would solve would be tremendous. Believe me, I've fucked people in the butt really bad over XP by accident. And it's like, oh no, I fucked them. It's like the second I do it, it's like I don't realize I'm just blasting through my friends list. So I definitely think that this would be amazing and definitely appreciate it. Christad, awesome fucking idea, dude. I love this. I absolutely love this. I will definitely push this idea up in the feedback channels to Niantic because I think this is really cool. All right, Adam, we got our last topic of the day. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Let's do it.
This is Weather Week, another new event. And the current Charge Up event is going to be wrapping up on the 22nd. And then that's going to give us 1 day of no events before Weather Week kicks in on the 24th. So, keep your eyes out on the 23rd. That's Tuesday the 23rd, because that's when the true natural spawns will be happening. And if you remember, March 1st through March 9th, we had no event running. So you're going to see those spawns again. So that's like, I caught a fucking wild Dragonite. There's some hot spawns during the Season of Legends. So definitely pay attention there. I remember, pumping this up in the Season of Celebration. I was like, yeah, it's going to be great. Go out there and get your natural spawns. And it was like hoot hoot. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't exciting.
Yes, yeah.
It wasn't exciting at all. But now the spawns are exciting. So just pay mind to that. It seems that this is going to be like a recurring event that will be able to be dropped into the calendar, as time goes on, and feature different weather types and their associated Pokemon. This time around, it's going to be featuring rainy and windy Pokemon. Obviously, there's certain Pokemon that are going to be boosted in both rain and wind, like Wingull and Ducklet. But this also will include the debut of shiny, rainy form, cast form. So that's exciting. Anytime there's a new shiny, people are going to be all over it. Raids and Eggs will also feature Pokemon like Psyduck, Poliwag, Swablu, Slowpoke, Tynamo is going to be still featured, and more. Spring-themed avatar items will be in the shop, and there will also be event field research as well as a timed research leading to encounters with rainy form, cast form. There's going to be some focus to the spawns during the event with rainy Pokemon like Vaporeon, Lotad, and Stunfisk, and more, of course, spawning during the 24th to the 27th, and then Pokemon like the wind, like Skarmory, Taillout, and Pidove, will be spawning for the rest of the week. So first half of the week, you'll see rainy spawns. Second half of the week, you'll see windy spawns. Now, it will be interesting to see how the wind in-game will impact this. And from what I understand, the weather will actually still play a role, but it might be the same thing like during the Charge Up event, how we have event spawns versus natural spawns. Maybe we'll have event weather spawns and natural weather spawns. So if you have rain or have wind, that could show, then you could really see a lot of event spawns happening because they're going to be boosted all around. But let's say you have, sunny weather and rainy is the event. it's just going to be interesting to see how that all rolls out. But I do think that this can be a recurring thing. Oh, and there is a very cool bonus here that Pokemon that have the weather boost will earn you additional Stardust. And they don't say how much, but I'd imagine it's, 0.5 extra or maybe even double. But that's cool. It'll make you want to go out there to catch the weather spawns. And then you'll have weather spawns plus event weather spawns. A lot of opportunity to get some bonus Stardust
That's a
here.
lot of weather spawns.
That's a lot of weather spawns. Lachlan from Australia was just saying he was like, his whole week is like thunderstorms. So he's like, fuck, dude. This is my chance to get a shit ton of Candy XL for my rain Pokemon. So you got to look at it like that. There's a lot of different reasons to target specific Pokemon now. And Candy XL is definitely one of them. But what do you think of this type of event? And my question to you, have you ever played on foot outside in the rain?
I've played in my car.
That doesn't count.
Well, I mean, if it's pouring out, what are you supposed to do?
You're supposed to be the best there ever was, Adam.
Well, not all of us have a cool little vest that we can just put over our baseball cap.
Yeah. You got to get the raincoat with a little window so you can hold your arms underneath it and see your phone through the little window. Yeah, what's up? That shit's funny. But no, I think that this can help trainers that don't ever play outside in the rain. They'll be able to catch more rain-based Pokemon from home. You know what I mean? So it's if you look at that, it's kind of cool. But, I try to do my best. If it's drizzling or if I'm out playing and it starts drizzling, I'll try to stick it out. I'll try to maintain playing as long as my phone isn't getting, soaked. I'm definitely down. But what do you think of shiny, rainy form, cast form? I mean, new shiny is always good shiny, right?
New shinies are always good. I mean, its color's a little wonky, but it's a shiny.
It doesn't jump out at you, but didn't they add? I think Pokemon Home has all of the cast form types in there already, so you can kind of see what they look like. But I think this is kind of cool. I mean, any new shiny is a good shiny, but it's always better when the shiny can evolve. Cast form doesn't evolve, so that's a little bit of a drawback, but I like this. And Tynamo, again, another event back to back with Tynamo. So, don't worry about killing yourself to try to get all that candy to evolve it now, because you're going to have another week of it being boosted during Weather Week. So, that's all good. But, do you think that you're going to go after Tynamo in raids going forward, knowing that it's going to be around again in the wild?
If I get an invite, I would like a good one. Everything that I've caught has been junk. Even the one that I did the raid for was still junk.
I've started to care less and less about IVs. I really am. Understanding that it doesn't really matter. It's if it's not a hundo, I don't give a fuck. It's for me, a 96 or a 98% IV Pokemon, it might as well be a 10-10-10. I don't give a fuck. It's either a hundo or it's not. That's my perspective on IVs. But are you still looking at IVs all the time for PvP?
Yes.
What about Ultra League? We're in Ultra right now. Have you done anything?
No, I don't care about Ultra League.
Me either. And everyone's loving Ultra Premier, man. I need a fucking team. I do not have a team for Ultra. I have a Venusaur. I have a Licky that I was using, and a Swampert or some shit. I do not have an exciting Ultra team, so I got to do something.
Sounds exciting.
It's not. I get fucking wrecked. It's I think in Season 6, I pretty much took all of Ultra League off. I played Great League, I played plenty of Master League, and I just sat the fucking bench for Ultra because I just don't have much interest in it. But Adam, is there anything else? That's a show already. We did it.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a show.
Yeah,
we had fun.
A little quicker than usual. Guy came in a little 7 minutes shorter than usual, but that's okay.
We're also recording on a Thursday.
We are
breaking the magic.
We are. Typically, we're a Wednesday night. our Zoom call did go long again last night. So it was like at the end of the Zoom call, I was like, Adam, I'm so fucking tired. I have to be up in like 6 hours. I don't know if I can record. So yeah, no, now it's 11:22 p.m. on a Thursday night, and I have to start the 4-hour edit right now.
Well, at least I'll have the file to you shortly. So.
Yes, I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. But everyone, thank you so much for checking us out. We really do appreciate all the support. It's been phenomenal. Thank you to all our new patrons. And please email us, info@luredup.com. You can call, email, voicemail, text, all that kind of shit, 732-835-8639. Check out PokemonProfessor.com for everything we have going on with the network. And make sure you check out our merch site. We're definitely pushing the Show Your Colors merch line. It's been doing really well for us, and it's featured. You can see it in JT Valor's videos. He's rocking one of our Valor hoodies, so that's really fucking cool. Shout out to JT Valor. But Adam, if that's it, I believe, in fact, that would be it, and then we can say that that's it. Isn't that, in fact, it? Is it it? Is it it? Is that it?
Ooh, wait, there might be one more thing.
What?
Oh, no, I forgot. Yeah, there's nothing.
All right, that's it.
Have a good night. Have a good morning.
Keep training, trainers. Thank you so much. We'll see everyone next week. Bye-bye.
Later.